Hey, what's going on there, folks? Good morning and good afternoon to a few out there. It is the Earthmaster back here on this Monday, May 15th, 2023. The member drawing is going to be held today. It is about 11:36 a.m. here along the West Coast. Latest earthquake activity shows some movement on the Big Island of Hawaii with a 2.3 coming in to the Pahala area. Taking a look at the earthquake 3D globe, still shows a cluster of movement here across the Indonesia area and down south along the Philippines, getting a pretty good cluster of movement. Haven't really seen too much activity overnight there off the coast of Japan. We were watching that area fairly closely yesterday as we were looking at a swarm of earthquake activity, very shallow up here just south of Tokyo. But for the most part, looks like that has died down slightly in that area. Over here around Crater Lake, Oregon, beautiful area. But a lot of folks, well, don't know that it's a volcano. It's been very quiet for a while. It's a beautiful, absolutely beautiful lake. It's got a lot of volcanic features up there, including a dome called Wizard Island. Well, they're having a little bit of earthquake activity up there with a 2.0 and a 1.8 coming in yesterday. Now, these earthquakes were not listed up on the map yesterday when I was doing the updates. Looks like they added them on sometime this morning. It is Monday. The USGS tends to look at some of the quakes once they get into the office there. And let me pull up the volcanic map here for this area. Crater Lake. There's those two earthquakes in question, a 1.8 and a 2.0, centered directly underneath the lake at about 4 to 5 kilometers deep. Seismograph station here will show us hopefully the activity that's going on there. Sometimes it takes a little second to come up. Hopefully these are working. Any day now, maybe. This is at the Cleetwood Cove, Oregon area. Now, this one's a little overblown here, and besides, the activity was yesterday, so we're going to check out a different station here and see if we can't find out what's going on here. There we go. There's those two earthquakes from yesterday's time frame. This is a little odd looking, but that is the digital seismograph station, digital Webby quarter. Two earthquakes. There's the larger of the two, and then following that, doesn't look like there's too much activity. So just a 2.0 and a 1.8 yesterday coming in to the volcano area of Crater Lake, Oregon. Pacific Northwest up further, got some smaller microquake activity across the region. Nothing major going on. One earthquake here up along the Cascadia megathrust area. It's going to be a 2.6 near Ferndale, 20 kilometers deep. Again, that's very close here to the Cascadia megathrust, right as the Juan de Fuca plate here subducts underneath the North American region. All right, as far as activity around the Mount Lassen area, looks like we did have one more earthquake here in Lake Almanor, 2.7 just after midnight. That earthquake occurring very shallow once again. Definitely been seeing a swarm of activity up there, and it still looks active. I do want to see if they fixed the seismograph stations there at Mount Lassen, because it was stuck on the 11th of May for whatever reason. It almost looks like this isn't going to work here. Hazard notification system. Yeah, I'm getting... Oh, there we go. That was a little weird. Okay, let me zoom in here to the Mount Lassen area and see what we have. Alright, seismograph station here. This shows the last 24 hours, but it almost looks like it's still an older graph here from the 11th. Look at that. So technically, we're not seeing any of the earthquake activity showing up there at all. I don't know why they're frozen on that date. This one's not even functionable at all. This goes back to the August. It looks like, who knows when, last year maybe. So that one is functioning. Let's see about this station here. This one stopped on the 11th as well. So uncertain as to if this activity is continuing or not up here around the Lake Almanor area. There's not A whole lot of seismograph stations up here, at least that I can see here on the map. Let's see, what about this one here? This one's not even working either, so waste of time to try and view this. So we'll have to hopefully take their word for it that they're being honest. All right, let's go. We'll continue to check back on that for sure, though. Let's go back here to the West Coast, Southern California area. One earthquake way down south near the Ocotelo Wells, 0.7, very shallow earthquake just off the San Jacinto fault zone. And did have a little bit of activity here kicking up into the Baja California region as well, with a couple fours, I believe, some threes and fours from yesterday. Some slight activity up here around Yellowstone, just outside Yellowstone National Park. It looks like a couple smaller, very small microquakes. And quick glance at the overview here of Yellowstone. I believe those were from, let's see here when these were from. Looks like a little bit of activity this morning, some very small microquakes around this area of Yellowstone. But aside from that, things look fairly quiet for now. One Oklahoma earthquake here, 2.3 coming in, 7.4 kilometers deep, and a little swarm of activity. Not for sure what's going on with this map here. There we go. Kind of want to see where this is at. Satellite view will give us a good indicator of what's going on here. It's actually kind of odd this morning. I don't know if the USGS is having issues or what, but it's a little weird. You guys see that? I don't think it's my internet because it seems to be working just fine. Looks like maybe an issue with the USGS side. Let me check this one more time. Oh yeah, got quite a few of these oil pumping operations out here. It looks like little tanks on each of them, maybe. There's one for sure. There's a couple within this area. So it looks like some of these regions today are getting hit out there in the red dirt of Oklahoma. Beautiful area. I love Oklahoma, but a lot of pumping operations out there. All right, one earthquake here south of the Windward Islands area. Near Barbados area, it looks like 4.2, 54 kilometers deep into the subduction zone here to the east. South America getting a little bit of activity as well. Mostly some smaller quakes, although some deeper movement earthquakes coming in. Got a 4.1, one of the more recent quakes coming in, it looks like, off the coast here of the Nicaragua area, maybe. It's not showing up yet on the USGS map, but it is here on the globe. Okay, it looks like it's just offshore of Mexico. All right, let's see what else we got here across the region. Samoa, Tonga area. Pair of deeper earthquakes up here around the Fiji region. That's about it. Not seeing any major movement or adjustment across the New Zealand area. Little 2.3 here, Australia. Atlantic Ocean, fairly quiet for now as well. So yeah, it looks kind of like a, not a super active day, but a little bit of movement out here in Turkey as well. 2.8 coming in just now. A little bit of activity also off the coast of Morocco. All right, let's see if we got any interesting weather going on here, or interesting space weather, I should say. Things are kind of tapering off here on the sun as well. Looks like 99% chance for a C flare, M flare at 15x at 1% probability. Look at the current magnetic structure of the sunspot, and that's the most recent image there, I believe. 1745. Yep, about an hour old, but still it's fairly recent. Shows, well, a pretty large region of sunspots here facing the Earth, but they definitely don't look all that fancy. For the most part, these are relatively stable. Little sunspot trying to form down here, it looks like, but overall things are Looks like they're entering into a quiet spell once again here. We'll have to wait and see what the eastern side of the sun brings us here in the coming days. There is some magnetic lines and whatnot, arches being seen here on the UV filter, but for now that's way over there. Probably won't get a better glance at that until at least midweek. No major coronal holes facing us, and no major space weather expected here as far as the auroras go over the next few nights. Hopefully that can change here soon, as no doubt I'm sure a lot of folks wouldn't mind seeing the auroras again. Also, weather today, not a whole lot going on. Basically just general thunderstorm threat here across the region of the west, and also down here into the Midwest and the southern plains here across Oklahoma and Texas. Nothing major expected. Little 2% chance of a tornado probability around Missouri, but aside from that, very minimal severe weather threat today. All right, folks, we'll catch you guys back here a little bit later on. Should be doing the drawing around 3 o'clock today. There's a possibility that may... Hold on a second. I want to see here real quick, see if they've added any more earthquakes here onto the map since they had a chance to review this. Notice we're getting a little bit of activity further south here, very close to this dam region. See, these two earthquakes came in late last night, 1.8 and a 1.5. Fairly deep, about 5 to 9 kilometers deep there. And again, so far the largest one's going to be a 5.5 with the adjusted depth there of 5.8. Originally those were very shallow earthquakes coming in, but looks like they have revised those. And by the way, this is somewhat of a newly discovered fault here underneath the lake. Apparently there's been a discovery that this is a unknown fault system that runs through here, and it's very close to the dam, and that's could be a little concerning for this area. Lake Almanor, I'm sure, is fairly full right now. Continue to watch out, of course, and be prepared. We'll catch you guys back here a little bit later on tonight. And also, there's a chance here that the drawing may be postponed till tomorrow. I'm not for sure yet. If not, we'll be doing it at about 3 o'clock this afternoon, California time. But I'll definitely let you guys know. Either way, we'll see you guys back here tonight as well with the update video. Take care, folks, and we'll catch you guys back here soon. Have a good one.